Welcome back to Pinfall Productions, everybody. This is the Ace. It's WrestleMania season, so you all know what you're here for. Early fantasy booking WrestleMania main events for both Night 1 and Night 2. Again, in this video, I will not be trying to book the entire show or the entire night, either 1 or 2. This video is solely made for the purpose of fantasy booking the main events of WrestleMania 41, Night 1 and Night 2. We all saw the Rumble, and the aftermath of 2025 Royal Rumble has set the stage for an electrifying WrestleMania, no pun intended. With Jey Uso securing his spot by winning the Men's Rumble, the focus now shifts to the upcoming Elimination Chamber, where a lot of people have their hopes high up again, just as they had for the Royal Rumble for Cena to win it. Now the hopes are even higher because the risk is greater. It is his final shot, his final opportunity to headline WrestleMania. John Cena aims to seize his final opportunity. Simultaneously, the intense rivalry among Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk has reached a boiling point, promising a showdown for the ages. And I feel like this calls for the perfect booking by Triple H. I hope he does this and books the Night 1 main event to either be a one-on-one match between Roman and Seth Rollins, where we can finally have a one-on-one showdown between the Tribal Chief and Seth Rollins, and hopefully this time Roman finally beats him, because there's this notion between these two that it's always been this way, that Roman just can't beat Seth. He can beat everybody. He had the most dominant championship reign in the past 3-4 decades. But even in this title reign, the one person he was not able to beat clean, actually did not beat at all, was Seth, because Seth won that match at Royal Rumble via disqualification. So this is really interesting to see, to have a final decisive winner between Roman and Seth. And if that doesn't work out, or for some reason if you guys really want Punk to be in the main event, and I also want him to be in the main event, we could add him to the mix, as we already saw at the end of Royal Rumble when they all got eliminated. It was a brawl between the three. Seth attacked them both. So we could use this Royal Rumble fallout. We witnessed a chaotic confrontation among Reigns, Rollins, and Punk, and this could culminate into this triple threat main event at WrestleMania Night 1. There are plenty of reasons for that to happen. First was that fallout, and then of course the historical rivalries. Rollins and Reigns share a tumultuous history, from their days in the Shield to their subsequent betrayals. And then adding Punk into the mix, it intensifies the narrative, and given his storied past with both superstars, it just would make a lot of sense for all three of them to be a part of this whole storyline. And then of course we have the Heyman favor. If you guys have forgotten, I'm sure none of you forgot, CM Punk had alluded to this undisclosed favor owed to him by Paul Heyman, which he mentioned when he joined the War Games team with Roman Reigns and everybody else. And at the end as well, at the end of the show, he came to Heyman and said that, remember the favor, and Paul said that, you know, anytime, whatever you need. And so there's this intriguing layer to the storyline, and it makes sense. It's not like we're just fantasy booking. It's not just that we're just throwing out superstars and throwing out ideas and forming this main event. It actually makes sense. So the steps that WWE can take while booking this Night 1 main event would be with Elimination Chamber outcome, right? We already have Punk qualified. He beat Sami Zayn last night, and he's in the chamber along with Cena. I believe we already know half the superstars, because the other qualifying match is between Seth and I can't remember who it was, but I'm sure whoever it's with, Seth is going to go through. So we have Seth, Cena, and CM Punk in the chamber. I think there's somebody else that I'm missing. Oh, of course, yeah, Logan Paul. We saw the match card for Logan and Mysterio I think they're going to be pushing for Paul to be in the chamber. I really hope that doesn't happen, because it would be very nostalgic to see Punk, Mysterio, and Cena back in the chamber after all these years. But we'll see. So we have Punk, Cena, Rollins, and either Logan or Mysterio, and two more superstars, which I'm not sure who they're going to go with. Probably McIntyre, but let's see. But one thing that I'm pretty sure of, or hoping way too much, is that Cena emerges victorious in the Elimination Chamber and he secures a spot against Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. So WWE can use this loss for Punk. It could be Punk's play, and on the subsequent Raw, the night after Chamber, Punk can confront Heyman, invoking the mysterious favor and demanding inclusion in a high-stakes match at WrestleMania, considering that Paul has, control of many strings, so he believes Paul can help him out. And then, of course, we have the Authority intervention. We could have Seth Rollins interrupt this whole segment, arguing his case for a main event spot and how Punk doesn't deserve it, or Roman doesn't deserve it, and he has earned it. He's been the workhorse and whatnot. But then we could have the leading WWE officials, or the creative board, or even Adam Pearce to sanction a triple threat match, given the unresolved tensions among the three. And there you go. The anticipated outcome. This match would promise a blend of technical prowess, deep-rooted animosity, and unpredictable dynamics, making it a must-see main event. It would be extremely entertaining, and I really hope WWE goes forward with this. So that would be the night 1 main event, and this is my booking for it. Now moving on to night 2 main event, I believe it should be the WWE Championship, because it's the main title, and it's, of course, Cody Rhodes. He's been carrying the whole company, being the face for the past year, almost 2 years now. So it would just make sense, and I don't think WWE would go with anybody else to main event night 2, the Sunday night of WrestleMania. And the person that I want Cody to main event WrestleMania with is none other than John Cena. As I mentioned earlier, Cena's last stand, having fallen short in the Royal Rumble. If and when Cena wins the Elimination Chamber as his final pathway to WrestleMania main event, aiming to capture the WWE Championship one last time. This is how the booking would make sense. This is how I personally am going forward with this fantasy booking. And Cody's reign as a reigning champion, Cody has been a fighting champion, embodying the spirit of WWE, so it would be the perfect past versus present. He is the first true baby face that WWE found since John Cena. Because let's be realistic, they tried with Roman and they failed. Then he turned heel, so he was the first villain of this new era. We never really got a true baby face since the times of PG era, when John Cena used to be everywhere. Every collector cup, every poster, every truck, everywhere. So that's what Cody is now. So it would be a perfect past versus present. And the booking steps would be very simple, with the Elimination Chamber victory being the first step. Cena could overcome the odd, winning the Chamber match and setting the stage for a WrestleMania showdown. Hopefully this time he returns as a serious Super Cena, and not the cartoonish John Cena version that we've been seeing for the past few years, ever since he became a part-timer. And of course, the second set, we have the mutual respect. In the lead up, both superstars can express respect for each other while having, back and forth war of words on mic. I think the promos would be legendary. We haven't seen this American Nightmare Cody go head to head on mic with John Cena, so it would be so interesting to see that. And of course, emphasizing the generational clash and the significance of the match. And then of course, the match itself at WrestleMania, the two deliver a classic bout, something that you or I, all of us would expect. And Cena aiming to cement his legacy, and Rhodes striving to solidify his championship reign. I feel like the anticipated outcome would be for Cena to win. I really hope he doesn't put over Cody, because I don't think Cody needs to be put over. He's been putting over talent for the past 6-7 years has been losing consecutively match after match, and the losing streak is still going on, so it would just make the perfect sense for Cena to finally win. And the one match that he finally wins is the match that he really needed to win, the 17th championship. The encounter could serve as a symbolic passing of the torch regardless of the winner. I really hope though that it would be Cena, but it would highlight the evolution of WWE's landscape. So this is the night 2 main event in my opinion, which would really be fitting. And yeah, this is it. I hope that it goes this way because it would just make a lot of sense for both main events to have these superstars. And by structuring WrestleMania 41's main events around these compelling narratives and superstars, WWE can deliver a memorable spectacle, and this WrestleMania 41 could end up being much grander than WrestleMania 40, which is nearly impossible to surpass considering how incredibly grand WrestleMania 40 was. But yeah, this is what I believe should be the main events of this year's WrestleMania, both night 1 and night 2. I know it's still pretty early, but I don't think that my narrative would change even going forward, maybe even in March or in April. With 1 week remaining for WrestleMania, I think I will be standing on business this time. And this is my final prediction, or whatever early prediction or fantasy booking for this year's WrestleMania. It would all just make sense. It would be poetic. It would be perfect. So let me know what you guys think about this whole idea, and whether you guys agree with me or not, whether you would like to see these two matches to main event both nights of WrestleMania, or if you want to tweak them up a little bit, or if you don't want them at all. If you have any other ideas, any better ideas, let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on just so you know exactly when the pinfall happens.